I've never made a candle for Khonsu before, so when I got the request, I was so excited. He is the Egyptian god of the moon and time. His name translates to the word traveler. He's also associated with fertility and healing. My client requested rainbow moonstone, amethyst, and mugwort. In Egyptian mythology, Khonsu is regarded as the shining light in the night. He creates the crescent moon. Follow for more.
Success in life. Sometimes we all just need that extra little nudge. So what you're going to do is you're going to get an orange candle and light it. And while you're doing all this, focus on the success that you want to bring into your life. Then around the candle, we're just going to put a bit of salt, which will help remove any bad luck. We don't want any bad luck in here. We're going to add cinnamon for abundance and success. I'm just going to pop all that around the candle. And then, because we can't be bothered to wait, we're going to give it a nudge with a little bit of star anise, which just help bring things forward a little bit quicker. So, because spells can take up to 6 months to work, you must be mindful about what you're doing. So we're just going to put some star anise there to bring things forward. And as we're focusing on the candle, we're going to say, with this ritual, prosperity flows. I'm attracting success into my life and success shines on me. From this candle, prosperity flows. I attract success in life and success shines on me. And Covenant Gaia, have a blessing.
Hey there, pumpkin. This is the Witch's Guide to July. The full moon is Thursday the 10th, known as the buck moon. The new moon is Friday the 25th. Although there are no festivals in July, we are right on the eve of Lammas. We are currently in the sign of Cancer through the 22nd and move over into Leo on the 23rd. July 3rd officially begins the dog days of summer. This is when the star Sirius, the brightest in Canis Major, appears to rise and set with the sun. It also happens to be amongst the hottest days of the year. Vegetables in season include eggplant, zucchini, cucumbers, potatoes, peas, and spinach. Fruits in season include blueberries, apricots, peaches, raspberries, and strawberries. The flora of July include vervain, mugwort, and elm. The fauna of July are barn owl, otter, field mice, deer, and buzzards. The power of July is grounding, but it's also about storms, and what comes after a storm? Abundance. If you need to do some prosperity work, this is the month. Some fun witchy ways to celebrate July include spending time in nature. I mean, yes, that's a year-round thing, but appreciating this part of our trip around the sun. Work with solar energy. This can also include building fires. Something I'm looking forward to is cooking over an open flame when I go camping. Since so much is in season at the moment, this is a great time to make intentional salads. Make a potato salad for prosperity, a fruit salad for love. All right, pumpkin, have a beautiful July. All right, I gotta find a microphone stand. Hey, Mom, can I steal one of your lilies? I don't know. Honestly, this might be the prettiest one I've done. Perfect.
Witchcraft and folk magic are not monoliths. For every culture and place in the world, there is an idea of what a witch is. For every group of people, there are ways of being that can include a variety of practices, like healing, protection, and even cursing. To say that our modern witchcraft is informed by one moment in history, institution, or place is an ahistorical notion. To look at the wide variety of folklore, culture, and material we have across the world on witchcraft and witches and condense it down into a single thing that we all do and see is inconceivable. Each practitioner is informed by their own spirits, sources, cultures, and traditions. Witchcraft, to me, must be like folk magic, rooted in our understandings of the land, of our folk, and of the praxis we are approaching from. I think we often forget that the folkloric figure of the witch was not a positive one. A witch often stood in opposition to many things, including the folk practitioner who considered themselves of the people. The witch contracted familiars, caused blights and plagues, conducted spell work to suit only their desires, and overall this representation of the witch was influenced by other things. Anti-Semitism, racism, harm to indigenous communities. Not all witchcraft practices are informed by this, but yet I think understanding the historical role of the witch is imperative to being a witch. I feel as though the spiritual community may be moving away from the recognition of the harm of white supremacy in spiritual spaces and into one that promotes only the light and positive aspects of witchcraft. When I talk about the origins of my practices, my reconnection, and where those practices come from, it's not just to honor the threads of many people and magics who influenced me. It is because not knowing where our practices come from oftentimes contributes to an erasure of the culture and the people that created it. It is to directly combat a spiritual sphere that is still so comfortable with taking from places, people, and religions that they are not enculturated in without paying homage to where it came from. I feel as though I see more folks making blanket statements about folk magic, witchcraft, and culture without room for nuance and learning something different. I feel as though we are reversing into territory that has been proven again and again to be harmful to folk magics and marginalized communities, to be influenced by Christian doctrine in the name of doing things that are comfortable for us. This video isn't a call out, it's a calling in to recognize the ways in which we may have fallen into a pipeline and echo chambers. It's a question to a community at large that resurrects notions that may serve us as an individual, yet uphold structures of systemic oppression. It's a question to where your praxis and practice comes from.
Speaking of surprises, Squid,
Yeah?
I have something up my sleeves.
Is it a banana?
No, it's an automated gun turret.
Christians are always like, find God, find Jesus. He comes to me in meditation all the time, but as soon as I tell them that, they say that I sound like a psychopath. I thought that's what they were trying to teach me all about. Find God, he found me.
Let's talk about the spiritual properties of basil. Basil not only smells good, but it is an excellent resource for witches to tap into when they are looking to attract love, financial abundance, and protection. The way to attract these energies utilizing basil could be using your basil within spell work, whether it be dried or fresh. You can also hang or grow basil around your homes. And my favorite way to utilize basil specifically for attracting financial abundance is to harvest the leaves, meaning just pluck the leaves off, and placing the leaves in your wallet and just carrying it around. You can also use this in your witches bags. You can use this in your spell jars. If you have a money bowl, this is good as well. You can either grow it around or simply harvest the leaves and the stems and place them onto your money bowl. There's different ways that you can use basil, and it's very easy to grow and maintain as well. If it starts to wilt, just give it a little bit of water, she'll perk right back up. But yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of both. So I grew the basil. When I planted it, I planted my intention with the seed, and I also gave it a green pot to kind of reflect that intention. And now that it's grown, it's time to use it for some spell work. So I hope this helps, and let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about basil. Mwah.
Oh, no, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see.
Today's episode of Witchy TED Talks, where I give you my unsolicited opinion and you just fucking take it, you know what I mean? Today we're gonna talk about manifestation basics, bitch. Now, I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Trying to manifest $1 million for your first spell is a little fucking wild, you know what I mean? So let's start small. Try manifesting a coffee. Or manifest $1 lying on the street in front of you while you're walking. Start very small. See if those work. Write down, record everything that you do before and after. That way you can do it again. And this way you build your confidence first and you're like, oh my god, I can do that shit. And that makes your manifestation power stronger. So every time you manifest after that, you'll add things, you'll take away things, but either way, you're gonna get better. Okay, bye.
You know, people be saying that crystals can be used to protect you, but imagine I'll bust you over the motherfucking head with this bullshit. That's some protection right there.
Can't remember how to say your name. I don't count all the freckles on your face. A distant memory I used to know. Oh, I guess that's just the way things go.
One. Blocked.
After all these years, my hexes are still unpredictable. What a lame gimmick.
I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. DJ Khonsu. I'm wishing on a star.
Smoke clears. Wait, what's this?
That's my chimichanga stand.
No, Cookie. We won't be needing that.
Trust me, Fiona, y'all are gonna be really hungry after this ambush, okay?
Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I would not hold your hand.
Time casting spell on you, but you won't forget me.
Winds in the east, mist coming in.
Get your ass up and practice witchcraft. It seems like nobody wants to dabble in the dark arts anymore. It's all candle spells and rosemary. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, literally. The other day I tripped over a lemon hex and dislocated one of my chakras. Thank God for those Reiki healing classes I took at the YMCA. But I think I'm gonna put a curse on my neighbor. He keeps letting his dog shit in my yard. It's either that or I'll hit him in the back of the head with a quartz tower. And whatever happened to witches flying? I feel like witches don't fly anymore. I did all my flying back in the 70s. Of course, that could have been the Quaaludes. I'm still working it out with my therapist. But I've got lots of witchy stories. Like this one time I accidentally ran over the ghosts of Martha Washington doing 40 in the astral. But I've been switching up my practice recently, you know, changing things up. Instead of moon water, I've been making moon vodka. Sometimes I'll mix it with a little orange juice for prosperity. But you know, I just don't understand this younger generation of witches anymore. I mean, if you're not in a cemetery after midnight summoning the spirits of your dead ancestors to seek vengeance on your landlord for raising the rent, then what are you doing?
One of the most important skills in witchcraft is the ability to do effective research and to think critically about the information that you're consuming. And if you use things like ChatGPT and AI to supplement your research, you're not only participating in the most active form of violent destruction of the planet, but you're barring yourself from being a critical thinker or an effective researcher in witchcraft and in your own life. Oh my God, who said that?
Shows that we ain't gonna stand shit. Shows that we are united. Shows that we ain't gonna take it.
Okay, so hear me the fuck out. You can make moon water by like taking the water, putting it outside under the moonlight and bringing it back in, right? Depending on what moon, it'll adapt to the properties of that moon. So let's just use the new moon as an example, right? The new moon's gonna be for new beginnings. It's gonna be for beauty, health, self-improvement, creativity, okay? And technically you can go around your house and gather like a basket of stuff like conditioner or like pens. Give an intention to each item like from the new moon. Do beauty for your conditioner, creativity for your pens. Stick it all outside in the basket or in your windowsill with the moonlight shining on it. Then you have the stuff with the lunar energy. Bye.
Why is Hekate associated with dogs? In her ancient cults, dogs were associated with her as her companions. She's also referred to as Lycos, meaning wolf formed in the Greek magical papyri. Wolves have a protective and nocturnal nature, and she herself is a goddess that connects to darkness. My client requested a lavender-colored candle for Hekate. They wanted to incorporate her dog who passed away named Rose Tyler, so I added a rose charm in honor of her. Hekate's hounds help us find courage and protect what we love. What do we think?
This will be the year I finally convince everyone to abandon New Year's resolutions in favor of Yule boasting, the clearly superior tradition. Allow me to explain. Yule boasting is an old Norse tradition of getting shit-faced at the winter solstice feast and standing up to proclaim all the great, infamous, and wildly improbable deeds you will perform in the coming year. Can range from an unlikely but technically possible claim, like I'm going to rob 300 banks, to something you'd have to bend the laws of the universe to actually accomplish, like I'm going to punch a god in the dick and steal his horse. These are not plans. They're not even goals. They're the things you do in a self-insert superhero fanfic. And honestly, all I want this holiday season is for a bunch of friends to go all in on this nonsense with me and hype ourselves up in ways previously unimaginable. I'm going to adopt every pet rat in the country and pay for an abandoned shopping mall to turn into a giant rat park with a rat cafe, like a cat cafe. And in the cafe, the rats all run around in pneumatic tube-like arrays and are trained to bring you your lil biscotti. At night, everyone plays. I make crochet rats in the gift shop. This will be a sustainable nonprofit, and you can visit if you're chill with a mall with like 20,000 rats.
I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
Yup, and I do. Let me know, girl, what you wanna do. Give me something, I give it to you.
Today we are making a candle dedicated to Gaia, the Greek personification of the earth and fertility. She loves all crystals, but we chose emerald, carnelian and moonstone. We added pink rose buds and jasmine flowers, which also make great offerings for her. Next we added rosemary, patchouli, and pine. You can also offer her fruits, any sweets or any other flowers. Lastly is a bit of biodegradable glitter and time to trim the wick. Let us know what you think of this candle.
Okay, the problem with your sink is that I have no idea how to fix it. I mean, look at this thing. It's riddled with pipes.
Hey. What you doing?
She ain't got
Apollo isn't just sunshine and rainbows.
Nope.
Also the god of plague and disease. Welcome back to the series where I create candles based off of which deity is reaching out to my client. Not many people acknowledge this side of Apollo because it's intimidating as fuck. But what does this side of him teach us? Health and wellness is all about balance. Always say that you can't have light without darkness. Therefore, you can't have healing if disease never existed. Sickness and disease teaches us how to heal and how to make us stronger. This candle has mahogany obsidian, smoky quartz, and bloodstone with rosebuds and dandelion leaf. Follow for more.